Hi, I thought I would do a video today on how to revise as we get into that time of year. Okay, the key to revision is to start early. I would say at least 3 months before the exam. When you do a revision slot for any subject, I would do no more than 1 hour, then have a break. I think if you're getting towards more than an hour, you think you're not really taking it in. And I would say there are roughly 3 or 4 stages, I would say, to successful revision. Stage 1 is to identify the key things you need to know for the exam. Look through your booklet, look at the exam spec, look at past questions, what tends to come up on the exam. And then I write them out, just the key areas you need to know, on A3 paper. Now I know this is A4, but this gives you, I think, just a little bit of an idea. I put Parliament in the middle, I've got key questions down here, I put on 3 areas that often come up on the exam. I've got like functions of Parliament here, how effective is it at scrutiny, House of Lords reform, these kind of things. So get yourself A3 paper is better, I think, and a very broad outline as to what you need to know for every individual topic. So this is Parliament, you could do one for the executive, you could do one for the political parties, whatever it happens to be. Stage 2 of revision is then to look at each area in more detail. Again, an hour in each one. So, for example, if you were looking at, say, scrutiny of the executive, you need to look, don't you, at the methods which Parliament uses. You need to look at the strengths Parliament has at doing this. You need to know the weaknesses that Parliament has at doing this, and you need to know examples for some of these as well. Again, possibly do another spider diagram, a much more detailed one on methods of scrutiny. What I would then do is I would then write out about 10 questions on knowledge, because remember for the exam you need up-to-date examples on knowledge. I'd have 10 questions on knowledge which covers that area which you've just been revising. Then what I would do is later in the day, perhaps in the evening or possibly the next morning, have a go at answering those questions. Try and get as high as you can, 90%, something like that. Then do those questions again a couple of days later. It's this constant drip, 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 and of course a couple of days later you'll have another 10 questions to do on history or on biology or wherever it happens to be. It's this constant drip, drip of getting the knowledge. Stage 3 is then to do some past exam questions on that particular area. Look at my YouTube tips on how to answer 25 and 40 mark questions. But do a past exam question on the area you've revised. So say, for example, you've done scrutiny of the executive on, say, Monday morning. Perhaps Tuesday morning, your hour revision on politics that morning might be to do a past exam question on what you've done the previous day. You might want to highlight with a highlighter pen where you've used examples in your essay. That might be a way of seeing how you put enough detail in. Again, I'm happy to mark them for you as well, or you can look on the exam board website, look at the mark scheme if you so wish. And then the final stage is when it comes to the exam, you've got like the exam the next day. Do not cram, it doesn't work. It's this long-term drip by drip approach that actually does work for revision. So relax before the exam as much as you can. Okay, I know when I was doing A-levels, my rule was not to revise the evening before the exam. I'd have an exam Monday morning, I wouldn't revise on the Sunday evening, I would stop at lunchtime and have an afternoon off. So last minute cramming doesn't work. Okay, so they're my tips for revision, not just for politics, it also does for other subjects as well. So you need to start now. Okay.